So, do you want to watch a movie or something?
Yeah.
How about this? Oh, this is perfect. It's like Tom Clancy's guns, shooting, military. You love those kind of things.
This looks nice.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
That is nice. You know, what else is nice if you pay attention to me? But you know what I was thinking? Maybe I'll go down to the marina now and just pick up that boat because it seems like a good deal. I know you don't want to get it, but probably a good thing to do. Probably upgraded one though.
Yeah.
A second thought, I'll probably go do that. I'll probably buy a new truck because that's important to haul boats. And I'll pick up my buddy Dave. He knows a lot of girls. And we'll just get a bunch of girls and booze down there. Just keep a straight face.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have my wonderful husband Josh in this video because we're gonna be talking about 6 ways to improve your relationship or get a guy to like you. And I thought it would be perfect to have a guy in this video.
Yeah, that would be important. You'd want that.
I would want that. As you can tell by our first little bit, and we have
We have bits to come.
More bits to come.
Keep tuning in to the bits.
So the first point is,
you need to get off your phone, people, okay? If you're trying to get a guy to like you or just in a regular relationship, you need to get off your phone, experience real life, and it's going to go a long way because I think we're all, and I'm guilty of this way more than you are. I'm always on Twitter or doing whatever, and you just really need to get away from that world, experience your actual, the life with the people that you have, and it's really it's going to go a long way. So I know when you're talking to me and I like do a bad job and I'm like, yeah, okay, or I'll respond to you and then I'll go right back to my phone, like just put it down. It's going to mean a lot to you.
It doesn't make me feel great.
No, definitely not. And it's I need to work on that as well. Doing that consistently over even a little bit of time, you'll see a real difference, I think, and it will yield dividends.
Yield dividends.
That's some serious terminology right there. I'm dropping some knowledge today.
The second way to improve your relationship or get a guy to like you would be to compliment him on something he's really good at, not necessarily his appearance. I feel like a lot of women and even men, this kind of works both ways in a way, but a lot of people just kind of default on complimenting looks. And I know that's nice, but what's a little bit different is to actually compliment someone on something they're really good at, and that really makes the other person feel good. And an example of this would be, Josh recently spent a long time,
Too long.
installing a doorbell. And I thought after he accomplished this,
I did accomplish. That's an important point for me. I fought and I accomplished it.
yes, he accomplished it.
Won.
I went out and I said, I'm really proud of you. You did a really great job. And
It means a lot.
It meant a lot to him. And now I'm like revealing my secret. But like a lot of times if I just really make him feel good about doing things and just making him feel smart and appreciated, that goes further than just complimenting looks.
For sure.
The third tip is to make the guy feel like he is protecting you. So an example of this would be when you're walking down the sidewalk, just go over, make it a point to grab his hand or his arm and tell him how safe he makes you feel.
Yeah, guys want to hear that,
Yeah.
okay? So we don't always do a good job of showing that, but I think sometimes you give like a little nudge and it brings that side out in some guys. Some guys show it like very naturally. They're like very protective, sometimes overprotective. But there's so many different types of personalities out there. So I think this is a good way to kind of make the guy reinforce that he is and can protect you. And guys need purpose. Everyone needs purpose, but guys you almost need an instruction manual. Okay, we're kind of like really stupid.
So are we.
Down
Well,
to
we're not.
earth. Women are smarter, I think, and so guys need like shaping and helping. I feel like
Manipulation.
no, no, but almost that. Like it's hard to explain, but I think stuff like this goes a long way because it kind of reinforces. I don't want to use the word roles because roles are taboo. Like
Yeah.
oh, don't say that. But it does help kind of define what you want to bring out.
And it makes you feel appreciated.
It does, for sure. It kind of, like when you say that to me, it's like, oh wow, like I am. And then it in turn sparks like my desire to want to do that more. So I think that's a good way to do it. So
one time,
this is like don't do
Don't do this.
Remember that one time at the Penguins game and some guy looked at you. Okay, they just scored. The other team had just scored. And some guy like turned around and looked at you from the other team, like Maple Leafs. And he was like, "Urgh," and I was so pissed. I was like, I'm going to fight that dude. And Shay's like, what is wrong with you? I was like in the zone. I was
that was
upset.
so dumb. Okay?
I know.
It was so dumb.
I was total like Douche, yeah, super douche. In my defense, the guy was a douche. So
No, he wasn't.
I know, it was my bad. But don't be that protective, because that's not
Yeah.
really protective.
That's crossing the line.
Crossing the line. I will fight somebody if I have to, though. Let's be clear. Oh, you will not believe who I saw today. I saw my buddy Dave, who I never see anymore. It was super random. It was like right around the corner of 4th. He was walking his dog.
Did I ever tell you that I had a dog when I was 4? Isn't that weird?
That is really weird.
And that actually kind of reminds me, when I was 8, we ended up having to move to this city. I'd never been there. Then Jenny was so nice to me. We became best friends. But then we weren't friends anymore, and I got really upset. So then I still don't understand why. Like, I really tried. I tried hard.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, don't cry. They're there. You're okay.
My life is just such a mess, and I try.
No, you're good. You're good.
Why?
No, you're doing fine. You're good. Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Random. I never. Should've kept going. All right, as we've just seen, emotional stability is obviously very important. And I think this is for both sexes, honestly. But you can't come into a good relationship or be in an existing relationship if you're not basically stable on your own. And so, again, it goes both ways. So you need to be at a place where you're already stable enough to be in a relationship, because as much as the opposite person can help you, and maybe like I'm very sensitive and I can help you, or you're very sensitive and you can help me, another person can't bring you to the stability that you can bring to yourself. So I think that's why it's important to be stable on your own, especially emotionally, because emotions just touch everything. And I think it's important for everyone to kind of work on themselves. So I think that's good.
Very good. I was going to add in more things, but you covered it just fine.
Nailed it.
The 5th thing that you need to know to improve your relationship, or even just get a guy to Ricking it back. Okay. The 5th thing that you can do to improve your relationship or get a guy to notice you and actually like you would be to not have too many guy friends. And yes, this does work both ways. I do not care what anyone says out there. It is not okay to be in a relationship and be texting, messaging, going out one-on-one with your guy friend or girlfriend. I'm sorry. Everyone I'm sure out there is going to have a different opinion of that, but I'm telling you, even if you are just really friends, it's not good long term. It just isn't. So I would never go out one-on-one with a different guy, even if he was just my friend.
I think there's always exceptions. So you could think of something and say, oh, well, that's not true for this case. Yeah, we know. Like, it's not 100% everything all the time. That's just real life. But as a general rule, you do not want to be. Again, what's more important to you? Is the relationship more important to you, or is a friendship that you have with someone more important?
And if you pick friendship, then I don't think the relationship is going to last.
Right. It's just it might not be the best thing. So again, if you want to hang out with your friends, sure, like let's all hang out.
Group
setting is fine, but there's no need to be like on a date with your friend of the opposite sex.
Right.
That's dating. Okay, I just thought of something funny. Remember in college before we started dating, I had too many female friends.
Yes, you did.
I did. And I was like very naive. I don't think it really mattered. And like even your friends were like, oh, he's friends with too many girls on campus. And I was just like,
pushed me away. I was like, I don't know.
Right. I was kind of like just in la la land. I wasn't even really paying attention. But again, the point is, don't do that. It throws up red flags to the opposite person that you're trying to attract.
Yes.
So luckily, I won her over with my wit and extremely good charm. Basically, I stalked her.
You stalked me.
Basically. It worked out fine, though.
It did. Yeah. And you, like, as soon as we got together, you didn't really talk to, and you never talked to the girls.
Drop them girls.
Yeah.
See ya. Bitch.
No, just
off with the head.
We're on to the last point. Take it away.
Be rich.
No.
Oh, that's a total joke.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so the last thing is have something of your own. And again, I think this works both ways, but guys especially want to see that a woman is independent. And obviously, like with our culture going the way it is, that's obviously been a big push in general. So I don't think there's any shortage of that idea out there. But again, guy coming into the relationship sees a woman that's successful on her own. That doesn't mean money. So I want to make that very clear. It doesn't mean you have a lot of money. It doesn't mean you have a huge business. It doesn't mean really any of those things. But something that you have that's your own, that you can be pursuing. Guys like to see that. So something with purpose that will and the reason is because guys are like that. So guys are like very mission oriented, like with a purpose. So if they see that, in a mate or a possible mate, that will spark something in them that will make.
Do you think that improves a current relationship as well?
I do think it does. I think so, because when you're working on your own thing, which is kind of yourself, I think it kind of stems into other areas of your life where you're working hard at something, and so other areas just by default improve because you're like avidly pursuing. Same thing like working out, right? So if everyone, the classic cliche of like if you work out, like you start to feel better and you start to be happier and you have more endorphins, and that's true. Like that's the same thing. You're working towards something, you see positive results, and it just reinforces, and I think it overall improves everything.
Interesting.
That's some serious knowledge.
Some philosophical thoughts. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would not say that we are by far perfect or anything, but I do think we do have a really good relationship. Obviously, we're always working towards getting better. Sometimes we go backwards, and then we try and figure out, what we need to improve on or what the other person needs or what we need. But it's always important to make it important and make it a priority.
I think the last thing to add all this together, to tie it all together, is communication. So
yes. Well, that's...
we already know this, but we can practice all these points, but if the other person is not aware of them, like you might be doing something that I might not be aware of, I'm just too dumb to realize, but communication really bridges the gap. So communicate.
Communicate, that is.
Educate. Hydrate. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, hit the like button and consider subscribing. Would love to have you back. But thanks again, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.